I'll never forget telling my grandmother, one day I would love to start my own company. You know, she said that they'll never let a black man start his own company. That was a tough pill to swallow, but the spark stayed alive in me. My name is Cody Coleman. I'm a co-founder and CEO of Coactive AI. I grew up in New Jersey, but my mom was actually in prison when I was born, so I was put into foster care and then adopted by my maternal grandparents. We just grew up on their Social Security and welfare, and basically were in poverty all of my life. My older brother Sean came back into my life when I was about 13 years old, and that's when my spark for computer science really got lit. You know, he helped me build my first computer, and that opened my eyes, and it showed me that, you know, with a computer and an internet connection, you could create something that would impact the lives of thousands, millions, and now billions of people around the world. I think there's two characteristics that have stayed with me throughout my entire life. I'm naively optimistic and endlessly positive. And those two characteristics have kind of taken me through thick and thin, through all, you know, the dark times to where I am today. In 1996, Bill Gates said that content is king. He predicted that the real money on the internet was going to be made in content. Those predictions have come true, and the king is here. 80% of internet traffic is video data. So if it was a tidal wave before, you know, it's a tsunami now. All of this content is sitting underutilized in cloud storage, just basically for serving or archived in backups. You know, our goal is to make it easy to search, filter, and analyze visual content, and transforming visual content from something that was a tax on organizations into something that would effectively leverage their content to deliver information and entertainment. In starting a company and starting Coactive AI, you're taking a leap of faith. You're doing something crazy, something insane, and if you don't have the right people around the table, the right partners supporting you, it's impossible. The end of my PhD was a surreal moment. In the span of 3 months, we raised the seed round for Coactive. I turned 30, and I defended my PhD. It felt like reality had broken. There was this moment where I was kind of overtaken by all the emotion and this thing that I wanted to do for so long and dreamed about, you know, starting my own company. I broke down in tears and I ugly cried in this meeting, and it's a moment that I'll never forget. Growing a successful startup starts with building on a solid foundation, and that's what AWS gives us. I think the best analogy for big data is water. And you can kind of think of that in terms of the surface area for, you know, something like Lake Tahoe. You can get across that with a canoe or a rowboat. But now we're talking about something that's the surface area of the Pacific Ocean. You're going to need a bigger boat in order to be able to cross that and to be able to find treasure. AWS gives us all of the raw materials and all the building blocks that we need in order to create that bigger boat that enables us to actually process this ocean of unstructured data in an efficient and scalable way so that we can actually go and explore without, you know, breaking the bank. I would tell my younger self that hard work pays off and that there's an amazing world right around the corner in order to take that weight off of my shoulders and give me hope for what's to come. Partnering with AWS is the only way to build fast in a secure and scalable way to tackle the most ambitious startup challenges.